All right, now that we've learned some of our basic chords, E, B, C sharp minor, and A, what we're going to do now is talk about one of the most useful tools you can use on the guitar, and that is a capo. So this is a capo, and what a capo does is it clamps around the neck of the guitar and it holds all 6 strings down at a specific fret. Now there are many different kinds of capos. This is a Kyser quick change capo. This is my favorite kind, mostly just because it lives right here. It just stays right on the head of my guitar. It doesn't ever come off. Whenever I need to put a capo on the neck for a song, there it is and it's ready to go. It takes 1 second to use. People have ones that they like better. Some people, it's just like a guitar pick where you have the one that you like for whatever reason, and that's okay. So what type is not important. This is the type that I use and that I've always used. So let's say you want to play a song, but you're a little bit limited. I only know 4 chords. I only know E, B, C sharp minor, and A. And you're going to play with someone else, and they say, oh, well, we're going to do this song, but it's G, D, E minor, C, and you don't know those chords. Well, what you can do is if you know how to use a capo properly, you say, oh yeah, I can play G, D, E minor, C. I'm going to put the capo on the 3rd fret, and I'm playing G, D, E minor, and C. So the capo changes the key, and we'll talk about the key in another video, but what's important to know is how just because you only know 4 chords doesn't mean that you can't play lots of different chords by using a capo. The other thing that a capo does is it makes it so that we don't have to do bar chords. Now, bar chords are the most difficult kinds of chords on guitar where you have to take your finger and you have to clamp it down and make all the strings sound, and that's very difficult for a beginner. So this, for example, is a G bar chord, okay? And here's my G bar chord, but you will notice that in my G bar chord, these fingers are in the same form as E. So if I put a capo over where my finger just was, I'm making an E chord with the capo, and I'm just using fingers 2, 3, and 4 instead of what we're used to, fingers 1, 2, and 3. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through an example of how to find a song that you might want to play, but that has chords that you don't know, and how we will transpose or change those chords into something that we can use with a capo. Now I'm going to show you how to use this website to find songs that we can play with our capo to play a song with the chords that we already know. So this is ultimateguitar.com. This is always the website that I go to when I want to find a song. So let's type in one of those popular 4 chord songs that we saw, Closing Time by Semisonic. Now, when I do that, what it's going to pull up is a list. Now, in our list, we've got a couple categories. We've got the artist and the song, so I know I've got the right one. Then I've got rating and type. So what I'm looking for are ones that say chords. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here that say chords. I'm not worried about tab. I'm not worried about tab pro. So the next thing I want to look at is the rating. So here we have people who give it a number of stars and how many people who have rated it. So version 2 here has been given a 5-star rating and it's got 209 people rating it. So that's the one I'm going to go with. So I'm going to click on that one, and then this is what I'm going to see. So here we go. We're looking at this and we see G, D, A minor, C. Okay, these are chords that we haven't learned yet. So how are we going to be able to play this using our capo? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this box up here that says transpose. Okay, this is going to be like our secret thing so that we know how to play it in a way that using chords that we know. So every time we click down, we're going to put the capo on a fret. So for example, I'm going to click transpose down once, and we're going to see the first chord here be F sharp. Ooh, I don't know F sharp. Okay, so I'm going to have to click down again. F, I still don't know F, so I've clicked it twice now, so this would be capo on the 2nd fret in order to play this. Okay, let's do it again. Ah, okay, here we go. E, B, A, we've got chords that we know. So I had to press transpose down 3 times. So if I want to play this song, all I have to do is put my capo
on the 3rd fret, and I can play this. And the reason this is helpful is not only can we play songs that we don't know how to play if we're going to play for ourselves, but we can play them with other people. So if we're in a group and someone wants to play Closing Time and they're going to play it in G and we don't know it in G, we only know it in E, and we're going to talk about what that means later, we can go to this website, ultimateguitar.com, look for the song, and then click that transpose down box up here, and we can press the down, and again, the number that we see here is the fret that we're going to put the capo on in order to be able to play it. And really quickly, we're going to show you with the camera back on me so that you get the idea.
So just like we saw in the screencast, I'm going to show you on the guitar so that you can see what it's like. So we saw Closing Time, which is in G. Closing time. Okay, that's what it sounds like. Now, if you try to play it in E, it's going to sound different. Closing time. Okay, we don't want that. We want it to sound the same. So we put our capo on the 3rd fret, like we demonstrated. And now we can play E and B. Closing time. And then it's exactly the same. So that's why we use capos. We use the capo, 1, so that we can play songs for chords that we don't know in keys that we do know, and 2, so that we can, like I showed you earlier, we can avoid using bar chords when they're still tricky for us as beginners. So one of the most important tools for the beginner guitarist is get a capo. It doesn't matter what kind, but make sure that you have one. Thanks for watching, and please remember to click subscribe to get the latest guitar lessons.